A warm welcome to everybody online. Just to link up to the conversations you are going to have this morning before I jump into regulatory updates, which there's really not a lot. FPI was on a panel discussion at the BFSI AI and FinTech conference this week, and I was on a panel discussion with chief investment officers and risk officers, from the likes of JSE, all the way to FNB and other big banks that we have. And we focus specifically on the banking sector in South Africa and what do we see from an AI and fintech point of view. But the discussions that we have really does dovetail beautifully with what we see in financial planning practices and in our daily practice management and business management that we see. And the one question that we tackled was, where is the line? The line between what AI can do, where your agentic AI comes in, and where the human needs to be in the loop. And the discussion then evolved around, you need to understand your big data. So I want to plug into your conversation this morning. It's not just about big data, because if you don't understand your big data, AI can very easily rewrite your whole business for you without understanding, without even seeing that, because you're not familiar with the big data. But the bigger problem that we have is not the big data, it's the metadata. We don't know how the metadata should look like for the big data to plug in, and then the institutional knowledge or history of your company sits somewhere with a human and nobody knows, and AI makes assumptions and it starts hallucinating. And the one thing I said on the panel is, the good news with a human in the loop is the human, they don't hallucinate. And when a human being starts hallucinating, what we say to them, in Afrikaans says it the best, jy praat nou what. Now, so we can see where people are hallucinating, but you have to understand the difference between what am I comfortable with handing over to AI and your agentic AI. And if your agent don't understand your regulatory universe that you have underlying and your governance that you have, it's going to grab all sorts of information from everywhere, and then it will hallucinate. And you see what happened with National Treasury's own AI policy when it actually hallucinated and it made up all these fabric facts that's not factual, and that's what hallucination is. So be very clear what you allow AI to do and what you allow to be automated versus what the human should be doing. The moment that there's judgment coming in, leave that to the human. And the moment that there's bias coming in, because remember, we are starting to see herd behavior between AIs. So Bard and Grok and everybody's learning from each other, and even the AIs are starting to show herd behavior. So there was a magnificent conversation that we had, and just what the big financial services providers are actually worried about when it comes to AI and automation. Data is a very big component of that, but metadata is even bigger. And that's understanding what format your data should be in. But Fransha, just very quickly, a regulatory update. What we see is there's a big focus from the Financial Intelligence Center as well as National Treasury and the Conduct Authority to give feedback into what our national risk profile should look like from a FIC and AML point of view. And there's a deadline to give feedback by Friday next week. And the deadline is very, very short, not because we don't have anything else to do other than giving regulatory responses, but because our response as South Africa is due to the Financial Action Task Force, otherwise known as FATF, in July. From the FSCA, there's just three high-level things that I'll highlight. There was public warnings that came out, and it's the same thing that we see every week. It's daily financial earners, that public warning came out for them. TPG, Joburg Nexus, fast profit income, and then we haven't seen the public warning yet, but I do know about it. Ascor, one of our FPI approved professional practices, has also been targeted, where there's a Telegram group now, and a voter did chat to me about it, and they've created a lot of public awareness. They've sent out messages to their clients, they've updated their website, and they've even posted it on social media. So be aware for your own practices. These oaks are lurking out there, and they take your name and they use it in Telegram groups. I know we have some people online that has been victim, and you're still trying to sort that out. So those are the three. It's daily financial earners, TPG, Joburg Nexus, and fast profit income. Same story, Telegram groups, promise returns that's unrealistic, and always that urgency. Please remember to remind your clients, don't fall for scams like that. If there is growth and investment growth that's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. And also, if there is a promise of unrealistic returns and pressure coming from them. And then just from the FPI's point of view, please remember to register for all our events that we have. Upcoming is estates and trust. We will see. We have ethics and AI in the future, and then also convention. The in-person convention tickets in Cape Town always sells fast, so don't be disappointed if you see that there's no longer bookings available for in-person very soon. Blessings to everybody online, and enjoy Youth Day on Tuesday. Cheers. Goodbye.